I'm Jack, no, not the one who killed the giant. I'm just a lad, fairly gentle and compliant. My family moved house, they started renovations. I was keen to help out with this act of creation. Hey mum, can I help out today? Not now Jack, we're just getting away. Hey dad, can I help you paint? No thanks Jack, you see I like to do it my way. Hey bro, do you want a hand with that? No, piss off Jack, you annoying wee twat. Hey sis, can I help with that stuff? Nah, you can help by sorting off Jack. From time to time I feel a bit like Sisyphus, inventing games to occupy myself. Everyone appears to have their own boulder to roll. I only wish that I could be of help. So feeling rotten, I went into the woods, and there I had an encounter with a random fairy dude. The fairy said, Jack, you know you've got a right to moan. Screw those guys, build a house of your own. So I did exactly that. I found a charming little clearing. If I do say so, I did a damn good job of intuitive engineering. Built with tree trunks, dirt and vines. Man, this house would not look out of place on grand designs. From time to time I feel a bit like Sisyphus, but now I'm doing something for myself. I'll roll my boulder and try not to make a big deal of it, but I wouldn't mind a little help. When I was done, I crossed the threshold on my very own sacred freehold. I showed the fam, it passed the test, they swallowed their pride, they were clearly impressed. Did they move in? Damn right they did, and they tried to get connected to the national grid. That's when shit started to go down, that's when the Jobsworths came around. Two red-faced men adorned with lanyards, fire safety and building standards. So began a war of attrition. Apparently there's something called planning permission. Lots of talk of violations. What a soulless advocation. Building warrants, risk assessors, interlinked smoke detectors. From time to time I feel a bit like Sisyphus. Constantly to struggle I'm compelled. I'll roll my boulder and try not to make a big deal of it, but I wouldn't mind a little help. It was hard to see how we could win this fight until one starry, fateful night. On their way home from a routine inspection, the lanyard brigade made a magical connection with a fairy. It was the one I'd met's daughter. I'm not sure if she used magic or just spiked their water. Their senses were heightened, but that's far from all. They spent all night in the wood tripping utter balls. Jobsworths and the woods breathed together as one, as they received visions showing where they'd gone wrong. They realised that their jobs had dulled their minds like anaesthetic, enforcing rules that no longer felt authentic. Lanyards and clothes tossed aside in liberation. In response to these strange magical sensations, looked at the trees and saw them gently growing, whilst inside grew a deeper kind of knowing. Renewed resolve to live as one with nature, sense of awe for every living creature, depth of ego, loss of time, direct line to the divine. New respect from eye construction, no longer rooting for its destruction. Deep-seated ideas are planted, result, planning permission granted. And now a new desire in the jobs were swelling, jealous of my humble dwelling. Soon I had a brand new mission, my first architectural commission, to build another homemade home in another clearing just down the road. For Jobsworth 1 and Jobsworth 2, and a hippie commune soon ensued. From time to time I feel a bit like Sisyphus, but these days I'm kinder to myself. I'll roll my boulder and try not to make a big deal of it. I don't mind the effort if it helps. Thanks be gave to those woodland fairies, we all break bread and praise them daily, living life with grace and ease. Although to start we did burn a fair amount of diesel, until the Jobsworth cash for savings and bought the solar panels we've been craving. Goes to show that when I heard the weather, never ever say never, except in the context used above. Instead use words infused with love, and then we'll realise every day, where there's a will, we'll find a way. And if that way seems hard to pass, remember, trouble seldom lasts. The hardest rocks can still be softened when we persevere and give thanks often. From time to time I feel a bit like Sisyphus, but these days I'm kinder to myself. I'll roll my boulder and try not to make a big deal of it. I don't mind the effort if it helps. From time to time I feel a bit like Sisyphus, but these days I'm kinder to myself. I'll roll my boulder and try not to make a big deal of it. I don't mind the effort if it helps. Amen.